Christmas, everybody. It's Don Tessa Pod with our Christmas episode with Getz and Will, the OGs. We won't have Austin for this podcast, but let's get started. You guys going to say anything like Merry Christmas or something?
Happy holidays. Yes.
Happy holidays, yeah.
Happy holidays, especially to those named James DiDomenico. Happy holidays.
I haven't heard of him since day one of the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. He was on the first podcast.
Yeah, it wasn't Mice, it was James. Oh.
Yeah, I forget. I don't know.
Okay, let's get started. College football playoffs. Bama versus Notre Dame. Clemson versus Ohio State. Getz, you want to talk about this?
The college football playoff needs to expand. This is garbage. Nobody wants to see Notre Dame lose again. I have to look at the final rankings real quick because the fact that Cincinnati and Coastal off undefeated seasons, like I'm not saying that like they deserve it, but like I feel like they should get a chance to prove themselves at least. Cincinnati undefeated season ended up ranked like 7th, so they weren't even close to making it, or they were 8th and they weren't even close to making it. Teams like Oklahoma off like not that good of a year were still ahead of them. Florida with 3 losses were still ahead of them. That makes no sense. So that's why we got to expand to 8 teams, I'd say.
And another undefeated team ranked 12th in the whole type playoff ranking too, Coastal Carolina too.
Yeah, which is crazy because let me look at this rankings real quick. Where's Iowa State ranked? Iowa State is ranked ahead of Coastal with 3 losses. Iowa State lost to Louisiana, who Coastal beat. So, like, the bias is just crazy towards, like, the big
Iowa State also lost to a team that's ranked 21st, 20th, and a team that's ranked 6th in their conference. They lost to Texas, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Arguably the 3 best teams in that conference too. So I don't know why Iowa State's ranked that high up. And you got teams like even though like they don't have tough competition, San Jose State ranked 22, undefeated.
And the thing is, when the same teams keep making it in, and a team like Cincinnati doesn't even have a chance of making it into the playoff, guess where the recruits are going to go? They're going to go to the same places every year. So the good schools just get better, and the worst schools, they're left with nothing because the only bit of success you can have is winning. It's like making the college football playoff. Besides that, like, oh, you win like the Chick-fil-A Bowl, congrats, but it doesn't really mean a lot. Sorry, Manny. That I'm insulting the Chick-fil-A Bowl, but
I was just gonna say the same thing about like the 8 teams. I think that would be better than 4 teams.
Yeah, and I'd much rather see Cincinnati in there than Notre Dame get another shot after they got smoked by Clemson. They didn't even look close. Yeah. Alabama's going to destroy them.
Because if we have 8 teams, we'll be having Alabama versus Cincinnati, Clemson versus Florida, Ohio State versus Oklahoma, Notre Dame versus Texas A&M. If you think about that.
More chance of an upset, obviously, since there's more teams, but it would also make it more interesting.
And I'm not saying, like, I doubt it'll be like the 1 versus 16 in March Madness. Like, Alabama is not going to lose to Cincinnati very often, but at least Cincinnati gets a chance.
Yeah. And they actually get some more recruits since they make college football playoffs.
Yeah, because right now, Cincinnati has an undefeated season. They don't even get a chance. Like, they don't even get a chance to show that they could have gone up against those guys. Yeah.
But speaking of college football playoffs, Notre Dame making it in after not winning their conference championship game. Think they deserve to be in there? It should have been Texas A&M.
I don't even know if it should have been Texas A&M. What bothers me a lot is seeing teams in there that have already lost to a team. So Texas A&M lost to Alabama by 30. That's their only loss of the season. Do I want to see Texas A&M play Alabama again in the first round? No, I'm not really interested in that game. Oklahoma with the 2-loss season doesn't really impress me, and Florida with a 3-loss season doesn't really impress me. That's why I would have put Cincinnati in there. But And Florida, not to mention the fact that Florida is ranked ahead of Cincinnati is a joke. Florida lost to A&M, lost to Alabama, and who's their other loss? It was a bad one. They shouldn't, and to LSU, unranked LSU.
Bad looks.
So the fact that they're ranked ahead of Cincinnati is a joke. The fact that they're 7 is a joke.
Yeah, Florida's absolutely dog water. Said before Meisty can. But so Heisman of the year. Let me pull this up. Heisman of the year candidates.
Listen, before you even pull it up, I remember the two main ones. Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. It's easily going to be Trevor Lawrence because you saw that they lost to Notre Dame. Their one loss of the season was Notre Dame. They were ranked 3rd last week. They win it. They win the game. They murder Notre Dame. And you know why? Because Trevor Lawrence came back. And that's just what's going to show everyone that he deserves a Heisman.
That shows a lot because they lose a game without him to an opponent, and then they absolutely smoke him with them, and he looked really good. Justin Fields, on the other hand, don't think he has enough games. Didn't look very good in the Big Ten championship. Questionable decision-making second half versus Indiana and stuff like that. So I don't think he's going to get it just off virtue of games.
And then
it was really stupid that way. But then you have Mac Jones, and you have Mac Jones wide receiver.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but I don't know how the receiver can get it when the quarterback's throwing him the ball, and the quarterback was just as good. So I think it's between Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence. But, like, is Mac Jones going to go into the draft next year? Because I haven't heard anything of him in the draft. What I'm saying is Trevor Lawrence is gone after this year. After 3 great years of college football where he's always come up short in, like, these Heisman races. But, like, I think he just needs to win one. Even if Mac Jones has slightly better stats, he does – and Trevor Lawrence missed some games too, so, I mean, it's not a direct comparison, but I think Trevor Lawrence, he just needs his name on the Heisman Trophy just because he's had that kind of college career, and Mac Jones may even have another year. So
I'm pretty sure Mac Jones is going to the draft. I heard a lot of mock drafts with him.
Oh,
I heard that the people say he might get drafted to the Falcons so they can have a backup quarterback or Steelers.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be moving up boards, and Justin Fields definitely has to be dropping on board.
It'd be hard to get for the Steelers to get him. Obviously, they're like 11. They're 11-3, right?
Yeah.
Do they have an early pick? Did they trade up or did they?
No, but depends. Like,
I haven't really heard Mac Jones at the top of the draft.
Yeah, I heard him.
He might not be the kind of guy that goes to the top, even though he has like outstanding stats.
Yeah, he just might be a good college football player, and that's all.
Well, a lot of Alabama quarterbacks haven't turned out that good, but like more recently, they've had Tua, and I mean Jalen Hurts got kicked out of Alabama, kind of, but even Jalen Hurts, who had a stellar season, was a second-round quarterback, so that's probably going to be the same thing with Mac Jones, probably.
Yeah, but all right, now Trevor Lawrence is going to. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to win this Heisman of the Year race.
Yeah, more people have heard of Trevor Lawrence than Mac Jones.
About Trevor Lawrence, where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna land now? Jacksonville. Or New York Jets?
I think he should be very happy going to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They were the best. They were the second best AFC team 3 years ago.
They have some pieces, and they tore
They
down.
almost went to Super Bowl II.
If it wasn't for Brady.
But it doesn't matter. The way it worked out, the Eagles won the Super Bowl, so.
But just think about it. It could have been Philadelphia versus Jacksonville.
Which looks a lot worse for Philadelphia because now we beat the greatest of all time after he beat us in 2004.
Yeah. And it might have turned out differently, just with matchups and stuff. Jacksonville's defense that year was insane. But the Super Bowl that we played, there was no defense played on either side.
Yeah, because Jacksonville had Jalen Ramsey, Calais Campbell,
the other corner that went to
AJ Bouye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 2 elite corners on each side, and they also had Calais Campbell too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting.
Ngakwe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Jack?
Yeah.
And they got rid of everybody.
They got rid of everybody.
They got a lot of picks for that, so I think they could be good in the coming years. And it's not as dysfunctional as the New York Jets, at least.
Mm-hmm. I trust Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville, the New York Jets would. And also, I think the New York Jets should not give up on Sam Darnold too. Sam Darnold.
Right. I don't think they will. I don't think Justin Fields is like Trevor Lawrence is a slam dunk,
Mm-hmm.
but Justin Fields still needs a lot of work.
Yeah, you don't know. Is he a junior or senior this year?
Justin Fields is a junior.
Yeah. If I was him, I would probably try to go one more year, get your stock up a little bit.
Trevor Lawrence is also a junior, but Trevor Lawrence has been starting since he was a true freshman, even, I think.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence already proved himself by winning a national championship in his first season. So,
yeah. Unlike
Justin Fields, who haven't proved himself quite yet in the playoffs.
That's true. He kind of sold that game versus Clemson last year, and I doubt the Ohio State team is not as good this year.
Mm-hmm. The Ohio State last year had Chase Young, but Chase Young didn't even play last year.
They had 3.
Well,
yes, he did.
I thought he didn't play.
No, I'm pretty sure he played against Clemson.
I thought he got suspended for that game.
I'm not sure about that, but anyway, they had 3 first rounders. They had Chase Young, Jeff Okudah, and Damon Arnett. So their team was just a lot better in general.
I thought they had one more first rounder.
They might have.
I thought I saw a stat last year that they had.
Yeah, last year's team was insane for Ohio State. This year, that game versus Northwestern is sketchy. Game versus Indiana, second half, they kind of got torn apart. They had the big lead, but the second half, they were really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
I think he did play, but he didn't perform as well.
Yeah. I think he just had a quiet game.
Okay. But since we're already on the topic of NFL, the future, I want to talk about this. I saw a video about Matthew Stafford, so I want to talk about the future of Detroit Lions. Should they keep Matthew Stafford or try to trade him away, get him on a better team, and try to look for a new quarterback to rebuild?
Keep him. He is not as bad as everyone's making him seem.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying to trade him away so they actually have a chance to win a ring. That's what I'm saying.
For what though? They don't have a chance of winning a ring if they give him away.
Yeah, they're not going to do they probably won't do Matthew Stafford a favor just out of goodwill. But the thing is, if they realize they're not going to win now, then yes, you trade away Stafford. But it all depends who they bring in. If the new coach is going to want to get his guy.
Yeah, especially what happening lately with their coaching situation and then the old coach getting fights with Darius Slay, and Darius Slay walked away, got traded. Then Jeff Okudah, we don't know if he's good or not so far. He got injured, so we'll see next year.
Improvement always.
And they still have Kenny Galloway and
they have some pieces, but it's if you're not going to win now, then you might as well just tear it down and start over again.
Yeah.
They're also
mediocre.
They're also one of the 2 teams that's had an 0-16 season, so.
In 2008.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, they could be heading towards that period again. They get rid of Stafford. They say, let's blow it up. Let's get rid of
Well, you don't want to be stuck in mediocrity all for next decade again. So
you don't want to be stuck is 6-10, 7-9 or something, just on the edge of the playoffs, not making it in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the past decade, they only made the playoffs twice with Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. So
who's we, Manny?
Sorry, the Detroit Lions.
You're a Lions fan now, I guess.
No, I'm just talking from my uncle's standpoint. So, the future of Matthew Stafford, you think he should request a trade or try to stay with the Lions? Because I see there's some teams out there that's literally one QB away, and Matthew Stafford can be that QB like the Indianapolis Colts. They're one QB away.
But I don't Man, it's hard. It's hard to tell right now because do you think he'd want to stay in Detroit his whole career, or do you think he'd actually want to try and win somewhere else? Like, do you think his loyalty means more than a ring?
I feel like he's probably. I'm just assuming that he's probably a loyal person, but I think the organization maybe probably wants to keep him too, but knowing that he probably won't have a chance of winning a ring there. But I don't see him
Yeah,
requesting a trade at all or
yeah, I don't
leaving.
think.
I don't see him being
I,
that kind of guy.
I can see the organization trade him away,
Yeah.
but
Well, he won't want to.
mhm.
As long as the organization is telling him that we're trying to win, we're not in tank mode, then he'll stick around. If they're like, we're tanking, like I don't think Matthew Stafford's going to be around for that. But he would work on so many teams, like even on a team like the Redskins, that could the football team that could be like one quarterback away. They have such a good roster that they're building now.
Their defense is
Right. Or the Colts, for example.
Or when Big Ben finally eventually retires, they need a QB.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening too soon. And also, like, Matt
Big
Stafford,
Ben.
like, what, 33?
Yeah. And they already have Mason Rudolph, no, Oklahoma State legend. But speaking of the Colts, next year they gotta try to go after a QB because Phil Rivers is definitely not the answer. We heard names like what QB do you think the Indianapolis Colts should try to go after? Should they try drafting a sleeper in the draft, like Mac
I
Jones,
know
try to
my
trade for
answer.
him?
I know my answer.
I already know my answer too. Or should they go after Carson Wentz on the Philadelphia Eagles? He
They should
does
go
this.
after Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
MVP under Frank Reich as coordinator. Should have been MVP. I think they can run that back. And with that defense, like, that's going to make most quarterbacks look good when that defense can keep teams low scores like that. So,
Definitely. That defense is good. I like that defense a lot. I may have been overhyping them a little bit earlier in the season, but with Carson Wentz back under Frank Reich, I think it'll be back to maybe not as good as 2017, 2018 Carson Wentz, but he'll be back into actually throwing the ball into his receivers' hands. And
yep. They got some weapons, too. Like, their offensive line is good. They have Jonathan Taylor. They have T.Y. Hilton. Otherwise, Jack Doyle, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have some good weapons. Philip Rivers is just so bad at this point in his career. I knew when the free agent signing, I was like, this is not your guy for like even for a year.
I was confused why they even got him too.
I was looking at Philip Rivers' stats recently because Connor got into an argument with someone over like Facebook, and they're like, Philip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, and I was like, no, his QB rating, he's had 2 seasons where his QB rating was over 75.
What?
2.
That's crazy.
Since 2004.
That's crazy.
2 seasons. And they were like, none of them were over 80. It was like 77, 76.3. It was bad. Like his stats were horrible.
That's crazy.
Like you'd think, wow, he's made the playoffs a few times. Can't be too bad. No, it was god awful. It was.
And if you've just been a starter for that long, like you're just
it makes no sense.
Been league for like over.
Same draft as Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So there's even.
And Eli Manning is borderline Hall of Fame, and he has 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also played well, and we've all seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Colts should go after Carson Wentz too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Mike, you got anything?
I said the same thing. Carson Wentz under Frank Reich. That's back. It'll be back to him.
Other solutions, Nick Foles. Maybe if he can get traded around again. I don't know if the Bears are convinced that he's their guy. He's not starting there anymore, is he?
No, but they still gave him a 4-year, $88 million contract, if I'm not wrong.
Or is that not the one that he already had, or they extended?
He already had that. With
Yeah, he already had a
Jacksonville.
contract from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville traded.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Indianapolis would be like, oh yeah, I'll take.
Yeah, but Frank Reich was the guy that made Nick Foles kind of work. I mean,
Also
Nick Foles
true.
worked again the following year as well.
And in 2013,
I think Nick Foles is the kind of guy that just needs the right situation always. He's not the kind of quarterback talent that's going to work no matter where.
yeah, oh yeah.
Well, he only does good in Philadelphia.
But I'm just thinking of like in the 2017 playoffs, the system that they built for Nick Foles, where it was just pretty comfortable for him, just in like in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl too, where he had a great Super Bowl, was Super Bowl MVP. It didn't really ask him to do too much.
Yeah.
And Nick Foles has a great deep ball, so every once in a while they'd throw one of those in.
Yeah, and definitely worked because got him a 4-year, $80 million contract too.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about a team which is one QB away, what teams in the NFL are one QB away from being a playoff contender?
The Broncos.
He's got the holiday smile right now.
That's one.
I actually looked up NFL teams just so I could see a full list.
Yeah.
Right now I'm thinking, if we're saying the playoffs, I won't say the Steelers, but if we're saying the Super Bowl, or like further than where they want to be, is that what we're looking at? Like further?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna say Steelers, Cleveland.
I think Baker Mayfield proved himself this year.
I think he's proven himself a little bit right now. But like that also being said, he has good weapons and a great offensive line.
But the running game. The running game it's the most run heavy offense in the league. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say, oh yeah, Baker Mayfield is doing incredible when it's like, it's hard to call.
I think he can work where he's not asked to do too much.
And I got all he has to do is hand the ball off. So
I got a team. The Carolina Panthers, because they have a good receiving core, and Christian McCaffrey too. They give him a great quarterback there.
They got a lot of spots missing on the roster.
And a lot of defense. How about San Francisco again? They could.
Yeah, Jimmy G is kind of a fraud.
Football team.
Chicago.
Bears.
Bears.
Vikings.
Indianapolis Vikings. Yeah. And that might be it. I think.
Washington. We said Washington.
I said Washington. Yeah.
New England. They went 6-8 this year.
I say we wait until it's a regular season because like half of that defense held out.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that. Because that defense was the best in the league last year.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know. You think they'll bring Cam back next year?
I could see it.
They got Jarrett Stidham,
The beast.
The beast. I was just remembered like how Coach Belichick was just so confident in Jarrett Stidham. As soon as he signed Cam Newton, like, Jarrett Stidham, who? This dude must be great if Coach Belichick was talking so great about him. He didn't go after trying drafting a quarterback because they had Jarrett Stidham. Because they could have drafted Jalen Hurts too. Decided to take like a Division II player.
Yeah, the guy from Lenore Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say I was kind of thinking this earlier when I was reading the agenda. 2 years ago we would have said the Titans with Ryan Tannehill, but how he's looking these past 2 seasons, it's not even him like being overshined by Derrick Henry. Like he is not a bad quarterback. He's just.
Oh yeah, Ryan Tannehill.
He's just playing really well.
I literally remember 3 years ago or 4 years ago when he was on Miami, people was talking about how Miami was a super contending team. And then that's when they was bad that year with Adam Gase.
Oh, that just shows how bad Adam Gase is.
Because that team had Ryan Tannehill, Mika Fitzpatrick. Am I forgetting anybody else? Jarvis Landry. I'm probably getting other people there too, but
You just think about how fast these teams fall apart.
Mhm.
Like we were talking about it earlier. The
Jacksonville Jaguars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, teams do fall apart fast, like the Denver Broncos.
The 15-1 Carolina
Like the
Panthers.
Philadelphia Eagles. They go
Yeah.
from 13-3 Super Bowl winners, a playoff team the next 2 years to this. Like there's injuries and it's the COVID season, but you can't look much worse than you do. Like you have no excuses for Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz fell off.
Yeah, but Big Ben just said that he's playing one more year because people thought he was going to retire after this year, but he's playing one more season.
He's really, really bad. He literally can't throw it deep on anymore. Like
I was watching the game against who was they playing? It was Cincinnati, where they lost. He literally threw a dime to the other team. Like he was trying to throw it to Juju. I just see him throw it directly to the defender right there.
And you know the play where Juju got lit up?
Mm-hmm.
That was just a really bad read because the safety that hit him, Von Bell, was coming down because he sees Juju running that route. And then there's a route right behind him, too, that Ben just missed. I don't know. I think he's just too old.
Yeah. And I feel like if a quarterback do fall down to them, they should just take a quarterback in the draft.
Yeah. They always have the weapons, though. They do such a good job of drafting weapons. Like, they get guys like Chase Claypool out of nowhere, and we just get, like, the worst guys, Jalen Reagor and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Well, you got to have some hope for Jalen Reagor, you know.
Jalen Reagor's not as bad as
I would have took him early like you guys did, but I would have took him like in the second round because he wasn't supposed to get taken for the second round, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Justin Jefferson. Look how great he's doing for Minnesota.
Actually, I got a notification from Bleacher Report an hour ago. Stephon Diggs betting on Vikings wide receiver to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Diggs said that.
That is sad. They were comparing him to Randy Moss statistically this year.
Who?
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, what's sad?
And the Eagles passed him.
Yeah.
Oh, that the Eagles passed him? Yeah.
The Eagles need to get better scouting for their team because 2 straight years of passing on.
That's not about scouting. It's just like here you have the guy who had like he either had the record for receptions or like receiving yards in a college football season with Joe Burrow. And you're just like, no, let's take this guy out of TCU, Jalen Reagor, who I've never even heard of.
TCU hadn't been good for like.
But on the other hand,
forever.
You see Jalen Reagor in the college football not Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson in the college football playoff getting touchdowns and getting receptions versus like the best DBs that there are out there because, you know, not all these guys are NFL DBs, but yeah.
Yeah. But if they didn't want to take Justin Jefferson, they had other people like T. Higgins and Chase Claypool and KJ Hamler.
And we still got the worst one out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
Hey, maybe they can get Jamar Chase in the draft if they do.
Hopefully.
If he falls down.
The thing that's annoying is like you've just missed on the guys already that were already handed to you. I don't know. It's like getting Jamar Chase is like, yeah, but we could have Jamar Chase and DK, or we could have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Or you have DK and Justin Jefferson right now.
Well, was J.J. Whiteside drafted over Marquise Brown too, or
Marquise Brown isn't really that good though.
I know, but still better than J.J. Whiteside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just DK. It's not like a hindsight thing. I feel like we talk about this every podcast about how dumb this is, but like the guy literally lit up the combine. He was like, all the internet memes were like, look at this guy. He's so built and everything for a wide receiver.
6'4", wide
6'4",
receiver.
4'3", 11-foot broad jump, 40-inch vertical. Like,
You can't
absurd.
teach that.
The most bench presses, the
wide receiver.
like the best bench at the combine.
He can chase down Buda Baker like it's his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't teach athleticism like that.
That's
And now, is J.J. White even still on the team?
Yeah.
he is, but he doesn't play.
Oh,
We get better guys off our practice squad.
Travis Fulgham, let's go.
He's good.
Mhm.
Which is crazy because he might have never gotten to play if we didn't have a lot of injuries.
And draft class.
Yeah.
And speaking about drafting Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz, we saw Jalen Hurts showing that he's the future of the Eagles right there against the loss against the Arizona Cardinals.
Mhm.
4 touchdown passes.
Even though he lost.
Almost won the game at the end, but
Even though he lost. He had 4 was it 4 touchdown passes or 3 passing touchdowns and a rush touchdown? I forget. One or the other. I think he had 400 passing yards.
I'm looking this up.
But
Four-
he looks like he's been there forever. He's so comfortable. He just started, and he's matured. Like, the stuff that he says in the press conferences sound like he's a 10-year veteran.
And he started against two of the top teams, unlike Carson Wentz. Like, he came in against the Packers, he looked better than Carson Wentz. He played against the Saints, who are a good defense, and he was way better than Carson Wentz, clearly.
Yeah.
And then he played against Arizona, and he looked amazing.
Our path to the playoffs is not that crazy still.
I know. The football team has to lose twice. Giants
One
have
of
to
them?
lose once.
One of them is in our own hands. The Giants have to lose once, right?
Yeah, and then the football team has to lose to the Panthers this week.
And we have to beat the Cowboys as well.
Yep.
Oh, the football team plays the Panthers.
Yeah,
That's tough.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts, even though he got sacked 6 times, you still saw him doing so good because he didn't get discouraged like Carson Wentz usually does when he gets sacked. He still stayed calm out there and still tried to lead them with the win over an 8-6 Arizona Cardinals with Kyle Murray.
6 sacks, that's brutal.
6 sacks and I'm pretty sure 3 fumbles in the game.
You got to remember the line he's playing with, though. Imagine he had left tackle Dillard, left guard Sayamalu, center Jason Kelsey, right guard Brandon Brooks, right tackle Lane Johnson. Who's he playing with right now? Like Mailata, Driscoll's out for the season now. I don't even know who the third string guys are anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second guess yourself, though.
Yeah, but it was also amazing from – sorry.
No. Go.
It was amazing from that game, even though I hate it so much. The first thing I saw on TikTok was, 3 Oklahoma quarterbacks starting today. That's like the first time for Oklahoma that to happen. And, they breed quarterbacks now. So,
apparently they're just a quarterback factory now.
Yeah. But no, Oklahoma State's
That's the Rattler on the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, Oklahoma State's just a running back breeder. We breed running backs.
Yeah, I guess. Chris Carson. You know what I was seeing the other day? That was like the draft that Chris Carson went in was like the craziest running back draft I've ever seen. Christian McCaffrey, like a bunch of other guys win that draft. Even the undrafted guys are like Corey Clement and stuff like that.
And Austin Eckler.
Yeah, it's like they're like all the same draft. There's a few other amazing guys in there. You have to look.
Learn Fournette. Who else? I'm pretty forgetting some people.
I want to say like Dalvin.
Yeah, Dalvin was in that draft class. I know Derrick Henry was in the draft class before, so I didn't want to say that. Let's say Nick Chubb. Who's the Kareem Hunt? Was he in the draft class?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron Jones
And Jones.
Aaron Jones went late too.
Mm-hmm.
out of UTEP.
That whole entire draft class, 2017 draft class, most stacked draft class I saw. 2017 and 2016. And maybe we can see 2018 now, too, with all these players, too.
Last year's draft class.
Who did we get in the 2017 draft class?
Patty Mahomes, Deshaun Watson.
No, I mean the Eagles. Who did the Eagles get?
Oh, no.
That was
Is that the year before the Super Bowl?
yeah.
Yeah.
We got the edge rusher out of
Barnett.
yeah.
I know the
I
Broncos
ended
got
up falling
Garrett.
on the fumble in the Super Bowl, so
I remember the Broncos got Garrett Bowles from that draft class. Should have been in the Pro Bowl this year, but we don't talk about that. We the Broncos fan bully him to be good this year, so some people call him a bust. Now he's looking like our future. But speaking of the Pro Bowl just came out. You guys got any snubs this year, or you think the Pro Bowl rosters look great? I'll try to pull up right.
the only thing that I saw was funny is like everybody was roasting Evan Ingram for making it. So,
Yeah, I saw that. Who else? There was someone else. I think. Who were the AFC quarterbacks that made it?
Trying to pull this up right now. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson.
I think someone said Deshaun Watson doesn't deserve to be in it, and then who was it? Who was the third? I forget. They said Deshaun Watson was like a big. He should not be in there. Evan Ingram, I also saw.
Oh, this is not very related, but since we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and the same thing, the Chiefs don't look that good right now. And I'm kind of back on the Bills being our team to go.
Let's go! Bills.
1, 2, 3,
Bills
4, 5, 6 games in a row that the Chiefs have won by less than a touchdown. That's
They
kind of
lost
a
to the
lucky
Broncos.
versus the Saints this week. They looked pretty bad. Like the Saints, Drew Brees came right out of the gates and threw a pick and was like pretty bad, and they just never got away from them. And in the red zone, they're struggling. Okay, so when they're 60 yards away from the end zone, they get the occasional, cheetah touchdown or Cole touchdown or something, or they go long. But like when the field is condensed and they're in the red zone, they keep having to end up settling for 3. So, I mean, I think that the Bills could beat them at this moment in time.
Yeah, and also if they do end up with a 15-1 record, have you ever saw a team with a 15-1 record win a Super Bowl last time? I feel like that's an unlucky record right there too. No, I'm not trying to be superstitious. Yeah,
Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Mhm.
That's the last time I can think of a 15-1 team.
Okay, I'm about to pull this up right now with the Pro Bowl. And also, if Patrick Mahomes do win MVP, you never saw an MVP winner wins a Super Bowl in the exact same year. So Lamar last year, Patrick Mahomes the year before. You saw who won MVP for that was Tom Brady. Didn't win a Super Bowl that year. Then
Tom Brady should have been Carson, so maybe that was good luck.
so we got for QBs. There's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson for the AFC. And then we got the running backs with Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, and Josh Jacobs. Our
Pretty good right now.
Our receivers, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, and Keenan Allen, and A.J. Brown.
Let me think.
I mean, you can say somebody got snubbed, but like the guys that are in there all deserve it as well. So.
And then tight ends, you got Travis Kelce and Darren Waller.
Easily.
I don't really care about fullbacks. I assume they're good.
Patrick Ricard, I don't like that one. No, I'm joking.
The thing about the
I have a problem with the left tackles. I don't see Garrett Bowles here. He got snubbed.
Hold
I
on.
was wondering why I didn't know who that was. I just didn't say anything, but I guess he's a left tackle. So,
Joey Bosa?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he get hurt? Or no?
I mean, there is a thing next to
Nick
his
Bosa got hurt.
Chris Jones got hurt? Wait, no. I don't think that thing means hurt because Myles Garrett. Oh, no.
No, that must mean first time appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm thinking is the thing about the Pro Bowl is like football is such an injury sport that like they can't possibly go hard in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
No, they just goof around. But I think they do they play for money? Like 100,000.
I don't know if you get anything for being the winning team,
This
but
is
like
the NFC.
they don't really hate each other like that. Evan Ingram is a little bit strange.
I like this one. I really like this one. TJ Hawkinson.
Hawkinson deserved.
DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson. Wow. Evan Ingram is not deserved.
No, obviously the star doesn't mean first time appearance. Maybe it means repeat. Maybe it means the opposite.
Yeah.
You can look at the top. It probably says it.
Starter.
Okay.
Okay. What other tight end is there that could possibly replace?
I gotta look at the NFC rosters to make this.
Young Way Cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the Pro Bowl. So I can't really think about any no's, especially. I can't really think about anybody on the tight end position. It seems like this is, and people are already complaining about the voting system too.
Why?
I don't know why, but people are complaining about it.
Because the voting system came up with pretty solid picks right there, as I saw.
Yeah.
It's not like the NBA where you get like 100,000 votes for
Taco Fall almost made it to the Pro Bowl. Not Pro Bowl, All-Star game.
Yeah. Like Zaza Pachulia when they were trying to get him in or something like that. I hate fan voting. It's such a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Fans are just stupid sometimes. You know, some fans out there don't think Markel Fultz are going to win.
Yeah, but like, what's the point? What's the point? Like, okay, the guys who are going to get in are going to get in anyway. And then just like teams that have bigger fan bases can get more guys in. So like the Lakers or something like that.
And then that's where you get snubs in like Devin Booker.
That's where you get like Bradley Beal missing it.
Yeah, and Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell too.
Right, all small market guys, yeah.
No, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander might be in there.
It's gonna be hard to be in there if you have like 5 wins at the midway point of the season.
Yeah, but we was just talking about Stephon Diggs, and it's something to bring a smile to my face as a Broncos fan. But Stephon Diggs said himself that he's impressed by the Broncos wide receiver core with Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler and Cortland Sutton. I'm getting the 4th one too, but yeah.
That's a good wide receiving core right there. If only they had a guy to throw it to them.
Noah Fant.
I was saying wide receiver, not tight end. But
only if they had like a good quarterback to throw it to them.
Main people who catch the ball, I'm just adding. So
yeah, and you got a good running back core: Philip Lindsay, Royce Freeman, and Melvin Gordon.
That's a good duo back there.
Just need to get O-line, and if Drew Lock or a different quarterback comes in, well, no, Drew Lock is our guy.
We're talking about a team that's a quarterback away. That one right there.
That's what I said as well. I put them in there. That was the first team that I said, just off the dome.
And if the team can stay healthy too, with Von Miller getting injured. Someone was telling me that the Broncos should get rid of Von Miller before he asks for a new contract, because I'm pretty sure his contract is coming up soon.
It's probably going to be a massive contract.
The contract he had before was very massive. It was like a 7-year, $100 million, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. It was like right after he won Super Bowl, so which he deserved. But we didn't know that the next 7 years we would be tanking. But Juju announced that he's stopping dancing on the logos now.
That's embarrassing.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, if I was Mike Tomlin, I would have told him to stop dancing anyway. But it's kind of embarrassing how he has to be like, I'm gonna stop now after we've lost 3 straight.
Yeah.
Correct.
After we're having a Cincinnati, like out of all the teams, Cincinnati beat them. That wasn't a good look.
That was a horrible look. It's
Yeah.
you just can't do that. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just not right.
Especially when you're in a tough division battle. I mean, the Browns could beat them. They have the Colts and a game versus the Browns left, the Steelers. So,
Oh, they play the Browns. Oh, I can see the Browns win the division, and that'll be like the first time. And
the Steelers need to lose to the Colts too, because I think if they just lose to the Browns, I think they'll hold on to it somehow. But
But you think we can see all AFC North team in the playoffs this year? Oh, I mean, all three out of 4 of the teams. I say all.
one of them's gonna miss it, right? I mean, like the Ravens or something.
Sorry, what's up? What are we
Ravens
talking?
are on the outside looking in.
You know, Ravens are outside. They need Miami to lose.
AFC wild card. Is Oakland still in the picture?
Oakland 7-7, so they're outside.
They have such good records competing to make it, and then we have like
The 7-7, 9-5, 9-5, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4.
Who are the
wow.
who's the third 10-4 team? It's Indianapolis, Cleveland, and
Titans.
Titan. Oh, one of them's gonna win the division though.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Titans win the division. I say Browns get the 5 seed, Colts get the 6. Then it's between the Ravens, the
Dolphins.
Dolphins, and the Raiders.
Dolphins play the Bills, and Raiders.
I like the Dolphins over the Ravens to make the playoffs.
Ravens play such a cakewalk schedule, though. I think they'll make it. I think they play like the Jags.
They play Giants and Bengals.
Dolphins have a tough schedule down the stretch, but
yeah, they play Bills and Raiders. Then the Washington football team. Is my prediction correct about them making the playoffs? You know,
could be. It could be.
There's no wait. When did you say that?
I said like week 5 or something.
He said it early.
I said like probably after they beat the Eagles.
That's not as crazy as if you had said it before the season.
Yeah, I probably never said it before the season. I think we were saying the Giants first before the season. Then Saquon got injured. Because I remember you saying that the Giants might make the playoffs this year with Saquon. I remember that prediction from Getz.
And I liked their head coach, Joe Judge, and he's shown to be a good head coach already. What was the original topic? Oh yeah, the Steelers losing. Yeah, the Steelers aren't Super Bowl contenders at all because you can't lose games like that if you're going to be a Super Bowl contender. Because can you imagine them winning 4 games in a row when they lose games like that? No, not really. Well, 4 playoff games in a row. I can imagine them winning 4 games in a row versus bad teams. But
yeah, doesn't matter. Next year, the Broncos are making the playoffs and winning it all. Let's get to some NBA topic right now. So NBA season just officially started. Let me pull up these games real quick. So with the season starting on the 22nd, we had games like Clippers versus Lakers and Nets versus Warriors. I was really surprised by the Nets because I thought KD would be a little sluggish after not playing for a year. But him and Kyrie look like a dominant duo over there.
My prediction of Warriors finishing second in the Western Conference took a little hit there. I mean, I know it's just one game. You can't read too much into it, but they got destroyed.
We'll see how they do against the Bucks on Christmas Day. But the Nets might be the favorite for the Eastern Conference looking like right now if they keep on playing like this.
Yeah, but then the other side, you had the Clippers beat the Lakers. So, like, this is the point where I say, like, you don't read too much into the first game of the season.
Because last year, Clippers beat the Lakers last year, and then the Lakers went on to win the championship.
Or just the regular season at all. You just don't look into it really.
Because the Lakers never beat the Clippers all season long before the bubble.
And they didn't have to end up playing them, which is probably a little fortunate.
Mm-hmm. Well, they played one time in the bubble. It wasn't even a preseason game. It was like a regular season game.
But it's like a matchup thing.
And the Lakers added so much on the Clippers team. And same thing with the Clippers, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and then Wednesday's games, we got R.J. Barrett dropping 27 points.
In a loss.
But still, R.J. Barrett dropped 26 points. Looking like that he might be the guy for New York. And then you also see, T.J. Warren still in my fantasy team, but Victor Oladipo, Malcolm Brogdon, and Domantas Sabonis all doing great for the Pacers. They might be a sleeper team too, with Victor Oladipo back on the team too.
Yeah. Sixers win their first game of the season. Yama, did you happen to watch that?
No, I did not.
I was watching
I was at work.
Second half.
Manny, what were your impressions of that game? Russ going off, apparently, is what I heard.
Everybody did good, but Tobias Harris.
That's also
and Dan Green.
That's what you and Connor both said.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Okay, always good to get off to a win. Heat.
Joel did great, too. 29 points and 14 boards. That's the only reason why they won the game, too, was Joel. Because
slump. LaMelo's first NBA game.
Russ and Bradley Beal were murdering us, apparently. 21 points, 11 boards, and 15 assists for Russ. 31 points for Bradley Beal.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about that. The Russell Westbrook debut on the Wizards. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Low-seed Wizards comes up with the upset against a high-seed team. Don't be surprised about.
LaMelo had 0 points in 16 minutes in his NBA final. His NBA debut loss to the Cavaliers. The Heat lost their first game of the season.
Raptors lost their first game.
You know what I find amazing though? Matisse played 17 seconds, and Maxey played 11 minutes.
How did you play 17 seconds, bro?
He only came out there for like the last couple seconds for defense.
Why? Doc's not a big fan. Jason Tatum with the luckiest bank shot buzzer beater of all time. Oh my gosh, he just threw it up. It reminded me of like that one game where he had the game winner in the playoffs, and it was just such a bad position. First of all, what are you doing? They run a pick and roll and get Jason Tatum onto Giannis, and then
the thing is, sorry.
They're like, this is our look. Jason Tatum on Giannis from 3, this is our look. Does some poor dribble moves, chucks up a 3, banks it in somehow. The announcer doesn't even realize it until 2 seconds after the ball goes in the hoop.
Yeah. But what like the Celtics had to lead the whole entire game, and then the Bucks came back. Like the Celtics blew like a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, because at one point I saw them with like a 12, 15-point lead, and they all blew it. And now it was a close game like that, because you could have been talking about how the Bucks came back and beat the Celtics and how the Celtics blew the lead, but everybody's talking about Jason Tatum with the game-winning shot.
Anthony Edwards dropped 15 in his debut. James Wiseman dropped 19. LaMelo dropped 0.
Mm-hmm.
Kings win in overtime. That's nice.
Yeah, I was watching that game. League pass is free for this week.
The last noteworthy game I would say is that the Suns get off to a hot start after their hot end to last season.
Mm-hmm. And it was also amazing. Markelle Fultz starting off his most improved season with 15 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. They'll just start off small right now, but slowly rising up. I'm just waiting for it till the end of the season. Markelle Fultz, most improved player.
Bro, if that happens, I'll.
Congrats, Manny, because you were really the only person who said that.
Yeah. What's the betting line on Markelle Fultz to win most improved?
I wonder if you could even find that, but I'll look for it because I'll put my life savings on it now that Manny's convinced me.
If that happens, I'll give Manny whatever the $5 bet is and the winnings of it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look right now.
let's see.
Yeah, but let's get over to the Christmas games that's happening. Well, we're recording it to.
Look, here it is. Here it is.
Happening.
Wait. I found most improved.
3,600.
I don't-
$5. Manny, if Markel Fultz wins most improved player, I will give you $185.
Oh, okay.
There's no way you'll do that, Yama. Say you swear.
Say I swear.
Marco Fultz, if you're watching this, please ball up for me.
Manny,
Mm-hmm.
$185.
Man, you're gonna put too much pressure on him. He doesn't like pressure.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Pressure
Marco Fultz, no pressure. Win most improved player for me. Prove everybody wrong, especially these Sixers fans. And the
Pressure makes diamonds, right, Manny?
Facts. Yeah, but that's actually just a good bet. That's just such good value. That's crazy.
Yeah, but let's go over the Christmas games because I don't want this podcast to take too long. Pelicans versus Heat. Who you guys got?
Pelicans.
Heat.
I got Pelicans. Heat are probably still tired off the playoffs, so I think Pelicans are more.
Yeah, but I think the Heat lost their first game. I think they bounced back strong.
And I think Pelicans keep it up 2-0.
I think the Heat is just tired and they probably need some more rest, so they're going to start off slow this year.
This is going to be a good game, though. The Warriors-Bucks.
Warriors-Bucks. I got Warriors with the upset.
Bucks go 0-2 to start.
Give me Bucks. One of these teams has to go 0-2. Shoot, I don't know what I want. I guess just give me.
I'll go Milwaukee.
Okay, we got Mavericks versus Lakers.
Lakers. Lakers not going 0-2, baby.
Actually, no, Mavs.
I want to go with Mavs, but you know what? Yeah, Mavs. Lakers are tired too. Like same thing with the Miami Heat.
Luka.
Lakers are tired.
Give me the
Mavs are
Lakers.
rested. I'm giving Mavs for this one. Lakers start 0-2.
Nets Celtics. That starts at an earlier time.
You mean Nets?
Give me the Nets as well.
Okay, since you guys are going with Nets, I'm going to go with Celtics for this one.
And then for the final game, give me the Clippers. Revenge game. Over the Nuggets. Revenge.
Nuggets are not starting 1 or 0-2. They're gonna go 1-1.
Yeah, I'm going with Nuggets too.
So I got Nuggets, Mavs, Nets, Bucks, Pelicans.
I got Heat, Bucks, Nets, Lakers, Clippers.
Okay, I got Pelicans, Warriors, Mavs, Celtics, Nuggets.
This record needs to be immediately addressed next week, Manny, so don't forget about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will not forget about this. When I go.
Don't forget about the end of the season where Marco Fultz won Most Improved Player. But more contract extensions have popped up. First player I saw with a new contract extension, future Most Improved Player, Marco Fultz, with a 3-year, $50 million contract.
Might as well sign him now before he hits his most improved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get him for a good price.
Jared Allen didn't get an extension, so he'll be a restricted free agent. You got Jonathan Isaac with 4 years, $80 million from Orlando. You got no extension for Lauri Markkanen. He'll be a restricted free agent. OG Anunoby for 4 years, $72 million from the Raptors, including a player option in 2024-2025 season. And then you got Lonzo Ball not getting a contract extension. He will be a restricted free agent. I'm pretty sure that's all that happened with I'm pretty sure that's the 2017 draft class. All the players from the 2017 draft class with the contract extensions and not signing a contract extension. Yeah, you guys got any problem with any of those or?
No, those all sound pretty fun.
I'm good with it.
Okay, and then James Harden. Postpone Shai Gilgeous-Alexander start of his All-Star season. He went out to the club, and now he posts that. And then 2 players. I'm pretty sure the 2 players who got COVID was on the Houston Rockets. So, and that's why they postponed the game. So
Thunder's game got postponed because James Harden did what?
went to the club.
He cannot not go to the club.
Yeah, but you think James Harden is just doing this to get himself traded?
Yeah.
No, I think he's just that guy. I think he's just like that.
I think he's trying to just be like, hey, coach, I'm not doing anything you say. I'm going to the club later.
I mean, it could be a good strategy. You really want to get out there, but I don't want
he got fined 50,000 for what happened. So
okay, that's just a drop in the bucket for him. So
yeah, but surprisingly, people thought that he was going to get suspended for doing that, but Alan Silverton decided not to suspend him. So, but then I'm pretty sure during that week he punched a teammate, threw a basketball at a teammate during practice too. So at rookie Jay Sean Tate.
Probably just being tough on the rook.
Mm-hmm. Probably like just being competitive or something.
Yeah.
But then some other teams are also eyeing James Harden, Celtics and Blazers. You see him on any of those teams?
I don't see him on the Blazers. The Celtics, what are they going to give up? They have so much good young talent.
Also another team, Denver. I actually see him on Denver because they're looking to try to trade for Michael Porter Jr.
Okay. Oh, they want to trade him away?
Yeah, the Rockets want Michael Porter Jr.
Oh, okay. Well, I can imagine that. As long as they hold on to Murray and Jokic, that could be a pretty good team.
They can give the Rockets some draft picks, Michael Porter Jr., Bol, and Gary Harris Jr. to match up the contract.
Yeah.
Probably have to give him much more to match up the contract, but I feel like I see him in a Denver uniform. That's the only team I can see him in right now. Don't see him in Philly because Philly doesn't want to give up Ben or Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see him in Miami because, especially I know Miami Heat fans don't really want James Harden on the Heat because they don't want to give up Tyler Hero
and he'll go clubbing too much in Miami. There's not a chance you can keep him out of the clubs in Miami.
You got him in Denver, like.
There's no. I mean, I've been to Denver. I didn't like it that much. Sorry, Manny, but.
Yeah, I've never been to Denver, and that's surprising from a Broncos fan.
Manny, I've been to Denver, bro.
I've been to a game in Mile High Stadium. Have you?
I've driven past Mile High Stadium, but I've never been inside.
Manny, it was torture. It was the worst football game I've seen in my life. It was like week 17 of last year, Chargers versus Broncos. You got to look it up. It was torture, like, to any fan of football, especially for the Broncos fans. I felt bad for them, honestly, because Case Keenum, I might have been able to count the amount of first downs you guys had on, like, one hand.
Yeah, I remember that year with Case Keenum. Then they decided, smart idea to get Joe Flacco, too. Yeah, trade Joe Flacco for Case Keenum. That was bad.
Like,
yeah, but what's next? League expansion. Oh, this is the one I was excited about. So, Alan Silver said it himself. Due to COVID, they lost a lot of money. And way to get more money back is expansion. Bring two teams in, like bring in money from those teams.
I love that idea.
And that got a lot of Seattle Supersonics fans excited. You have people saying, "Oh, we want a team in Las Vegas, Seattle, even Pittsburgh, Kansas City, St. Louis, Mexico."
There's so many good spots. There's so many good spots for them.
Mm-hmm. So we already know the first team they're going to do in the West is probably going to be Seattle. But what's the team they're going to do in the East?
I don't want them to do Seattle, though.
You don't want to do Seattle?
I mean, Seattle's already got their WNBA team. You don't really want to cut into their market, I'm thinking. Like, does the West Coast need another team, really? I mean, they got so many. I'd like to see Pittsburgh. I also know
Watching Pittsburgh be better than Philadelphia.
Like Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia, that'd be nice.
Nice.
But
rivalry.
they probably want to break into a new market, one that's not already dominated by other sports.
Mexico. Ooh.
Okay, that's a little bit of a stretch. I don't know.
That is a good idea, though.
Las Vegas, going to Las Vegas is so the move right now.
James Harden definitely wants to trade there.
Yeah. And every team wants to be in Las Vegas. And every league should want a team in Las Vegas because that's like the betting capital of the world. And that's becoming so much more popular now.
How about bringing a team back to Vancouver? You think that's a possibility?
Definitely not.
Vancouver, that's kind of lame.
How about small market teams like St. Louis and Kansas City?
St. Louis
I can
has
see
the best fans, and like the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals fans are good. Back when they had the Rams, those fans were great. So I bet they would I bet they would take a basketball team right in.
Would they be considered an East or West team?
East.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm. You think they're going to add 2 teams in this move, the New Orleans Pelicans to the East, to the East, and add 2 teams in the West?
I mean, that
wouldn't be a horrible idea. I mean,
because New Orleans is not even in the West.
What would two good West Coast cities be then?
It's about travel. It's not really fair to make the Pelicans travel the West Coast schedule.
Seattle, you said, Manny?
Seattle and Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. But the thing about Mexico is like the travel. I feel like it'd be kind of tough. I mean, it's not that much. It's like once you get into a different country, is this a valid point? I mean, we already got the Raptors, but I mean, like, it would be a tough travel. Like, say you got like, you do like a Texas tour, you do like the Rockets, then you go to Mexico, and then like back to your home or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad now that I listen to it because we have Mexico and Toronto right there. But like the UK team things that I always hear. That would never work. That would never work. We should just move the Jaguars over there in the NFL because that's their team. But like you would have to change your jet lag, like your sleep schedule every time you went to a UK game, and it would be worse for that team because every other team only has to play them once or twice. But then the UK team has to go away 8 times a year and come over here.
Yeah, but I like this. I've been excited about league expansion, going on NBA 2K, my league.
League expansion. Always excited about league expansion.
Going on 2K, my league expansion, put 2 teams in, try to rebuild those teams, You might be seeing that last team that joined the NBA was Chicago Bobcats. Why is it Chicago? Charlotte Bobcats. Charlotte Bobcats that became the Charlotte Hornets in 2002, and they started playing in 2004. And we get to see like the expansion draft where teams can only keep, I'm pretty sure, like 8 players on a team, and those expansion teams draft players from each team. So you can see a lot of drama with teams not keeping certain players too.
Yeah, expansion draft's always fun.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it for the podcast.
Yep.
Nice little Christmas podcast. So you guys will probably watch this on Christmas morning while we're doing this on Christmas Eve night. It's almost Christmas morning. It's like an hour or so. Yeah, but Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Hanukkah's over, but yeah, I'm pretty. Any other holidays in winter and December, happy with that. And hopefully we'll be here for next week for probably a New Year's Eve special on the day before New Year's Eve. So
maybe after or before, I don't know, because got all those bowl games and stuff. Maybe after the college football playoff games.
Oh, okay. The first podcast in 2021.
Fire.
2020 is finally
and then
over.
6 more months, we all graduate. So
go.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully. Get that grad project done.
Oh no.
Okay, so if you guys are watching from YouTube, make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn those notifications on. If you guys listen from Apple Podcasts. Did I say something wrong?
I don't know. Go with it.
Apple Podcasts, and subscribe and give us 5 stars. If you're listening from Spotify, follow us. Listen from any podcast source. I don't know why you're not listening on Apple or Spotify, but you can follow and subscribe from us if you guys want to. We're thinking about making an Instagram page for Don't Touch the Pod, so look for that soon. You can also follow us on TikTok. We haven't posted TikTok since June.
I feel like TikTok's the platform. I feel like you gotta grind the TikTok a little bit more, man.
Yeah, I see like a lot of podcasts getting a lot more fans for those podcasts from TikTok. Like one podcast I can think of is a Sync, but that's the only podcast I can think of from TikTok.
Yeah, I see a ton on my For You page.
And also Anchor. If you want to give us a voice message, you always can go on Anchor and type in Don't Touch the Pod, press on voice message. You're like, oh, yo, I think LeBron is better than Jordan, and Mike will probably scream at you, but LeBron is better than Jordan. But that's pretty much it. You guys got anything else to say?
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Okay, Merry Christmas.
And stay safe, everyone.
Stay safe, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hopefully we see you guys in 2021.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, 2-turn baby girl, you